Blog Talk Radio.
Hey, good morning, you guys, and welcome. It is Saturday. It's actually Saturday afternoon on the East Coast. It's 10 o'clock in the morning out here on the West Coast. It is Saturday. Today is it's September 26th all day, and I do want to welcome you guys. This is the Traffic Authority Visionary Founders Hour. Now, right out of the gate, I want to let you guys know that this morning we're going to be only hearing from the founders of Traffic Authority. For those of you that join us every single day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern, you guys know that we open up the floor and we take questions and comments and we actually train each other. It's a very, very cool thing. And that happens every single day, right? That takes place every single day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern. So make sure that you tune in for that. I'll get back to that in a moment, okay? But for this morning, we're only going to be hearing from, are you ready for this? The three co-founders of Traffic Authority. That's really, really exciting. Before I get there, I just want to also remind you guys to be in a quiet area. You probably want to get down and take some notes, okay? And because I'm going to give you some updates, I'm going to give you a couple URLs and some very, very important things that you'll want to know, that you want to put in place in order to get your business on turbocharge this week and really get it rolling. Let me see, Mr. Greg Chambers, I'm sure that you're in the queue here somewhere, but we've got hundreds of people dialing in. So if you would please press, oh, there you are, Greg. There you are. Let me bring these boys out, okay? These are the guys that are the co-founders of Traffic Authority. We have all three of them here. This is remarkable. This is the first time in the history of Traffic Authority that all three of these boys have been together. But quickly, let me just give them a quick introduction, then I'm going to go through some general housekeeping, and then we're going to get into some real vision, and we're going to hear some stuff from these guys. Mr. Greg Chambers, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning, Joe. I'm happy to be here, man. Exciting morning. Boy, it's been an exciting, month here as we're closing out September. Never a dull moment in the Traffic Authority, and I'm excited to be here, my friend.
And that's for sure. I feel the exact same way, and it's been an exciting morning already. I know we've gotten a lot of work done here in the last couple of hours. Doug Wellens, how you doing? Come on out here, man. What's going on with you?
Hey, brother. I am doing absolutely fantastic, as I always do every Saturday morning. Get up, get out, reflect on life, get out of the cave, right? The cave of wonders is what I say. And, hey, I got to give a quick little shout-out to Diamond Dave and his family. Those guys rolled past my house yesterday and stopped by, and they gave me a little time. Dave is an awesome guy. He had his beautiful wife and handsome son with him also. We stayed for about 15, 20 minutes chatting away, and then those guys took off to Disney, as they should. So life is great, man. It's awesome.
Well, thank you very much, and thanks for the update. Diamond Dave, I know you're listening somewhere there, and I think he was heading to Disney World or something, or Florida. He's one of the guys that you see training on our webinars, and you see him already showing up on Facebook and helping people, making contributions. And I'll get back to you in a couple of minutes. Doug, I know you got some things that you want to share this morning, and maybe a little contest you got in your noodle there. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a very big moment. I want to introduce right now the third co-founder. This is the guy that you always hear about, but very rarely do you hear from. But you want to know something? His fingerprints is all over your paycheck. This is the guy who's he's the head of technology, the guy who does the majority of the coding and all of the things that just make your business sizzle. And Chad, I've got to tell you what a pleasure it is to have you out here. And dude, I want the world to know that Chad, you have had your fingerprints on my paycheck for over a decade. I remember way back in the day when something called QuickLister showed up, and there was this guy named Chad that was responsible for all of this stuff. This is true, my friend. This is the truth. I remember when Don Glanville arrived.
That's a blast from the past, man.
Well, that's the truth. You've had an influence on my business and the things that I do to feed my family since probably 2002. Chad, good morning. How are you?
Pretty good, man. Well, that Diamond Dave, man, that kind of brought me back there for a second. Then you went on mention QuickLister. I feel like I'm back in the 80s now, man.
It's crazy. Well, listen, Chad, I'm going to get back to you in a second, okay? I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. I want to just get a feel for, where you've come from and what is your real vision for, what can happen for people when they just follow a system. And again, before I get back to you, I'm going to put you back on mute. I want you to know that you are just like, you're legendary in these circles, dude. We do radio shows every single day, every morning. And it's like Chad. We always talk about Chad. It's like, is Chad for real, or is he like, is he like Watson, the giant computer that you see on Jeopardy? The big IBM computer. It's like, is Chad really a person, or is he like Watson, this big brain? And so, Chad, thank you very much. I'll get back to you here in a couple minutes. Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right, cool. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. And listen, for those of you who are listening right now, make sure that you go and you let people know that Chad is here. We're going to be getting to Chad in another 10 or 15 minutes. Send out a text message, send out an email, let your friends know on Facebook to get over here right now, because something very cool and very special is happening on our Visionary Founders Hour. Now, quickly, guys, let me give you a couple things, a little housekeeping here before we get back into the founders and what they think about each and every day. I want you guys to know that there is a frequently asked questions section that I don't know if you guys are using or not. You can find that in your member back office. Now, before you go ahead and send in a support ticket, make sure that you're checking in with your frequently asked questions, okay? Because the frequently asked questions is exactly what it is. It's the most frequently asked questions that we get every single day from around the world. And by and large, the answer to the question that you have is most likely going to be found there, okay? Yesterday, I was doing some work with one of our individuals, okay, one of our guys that is on Facebook. He's a person who shows up all the time. And I want to tell you guys that what happened was in the conversation that we had, we actually went through some of the couple things that had to get done. And as far as, fixing the issue that he had. Now, the thing I want to say is that the issue that he had was very specific to his exact issue. Okay, so we took the time and we connected the dots and we were able to repair what was going on in that individual's world. But along the way, what we found when we fixed that problem was that this individual had sent in 12 support tickets for the same issue. Just like pounding, relentless. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? I got to know. I want to know. And the issue was, it was significant to him, obviously, but whether or not he's going to make any money, that will be determined. But my point is that I wish you guys would just be patient, right? Sending in 12 support tickets only takes longer. If you send in 10, 12 support tickets for an issue, it will take longer to get back to you. Okay, send in one. If you must send in a support ticket, just send in one and just be patient. And if you have an issue, you can always show up on the radio show in the morning and we'll do our best to get it handled in real time. And there's that frequently asked questions section that you'll find in your member back office. And more importantly, watch all of the videos. Okay, there has been an enormous amount of time and talent at the table to put together that complete set of tutorial videos in your member back office for Traffic Authority. And we have found that almost every single question, unless it's something specific to your URL, specific to your, usually it's, pilot error, it's user error, when we find people who have issues. We also know that pretty much 99.9% of the questions that we are asked every single day, the answers reside in the videos. This morning I had someone hit me up on Facebook directly and say, hey, Joe, could you show me where my marketing links are in my member back office? And I appreciate that somebody has they know that I probably can assist them. And, so, thank you very much for asking the question. But, teach a man to fish, give a man a fish, right? Go there and the answers to the questions are there. So I wish you guys would just make certain that you're taking the time to go through the videos, and then you'll be able to get your questions answered. Okay, we do have some really cool things going on right now. As I said, every single day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have a radio show, which actually is kind of like a training call. Every single day we hear from people who are having results. And Holly, thank you very much. Holly sent me a Facebook today. It was on the page, and she said, thank you, Joe, for the trainings that you guys are doing every single morning. And she said, thank you for the swipe files. Every single day you guys are receiving an email from Traffic Authority, and in that email there are action steps that you can take on that day to build your list, gain more momentum, and convert prospects into customers. Every single morning you are receiving emails that you can be sending, links to stuff that they're of value. Every single day we will give you daily marching orders. And for those of you who were on this radio show this morning, you know that you did receive an email from Traffic Authority bright and early this morning, 7 o'clock East Coast time, an email reminding you that this radio show is taking place today, and this is where you go get to hear from the visionaries and the founders. And so just keep your eyeballs peeled, okay, because every single day we are going to be showing you a little thing that you can do on this day, okay? It's called the Daily Marketing Plan, and we're going to bring that to you via email and every single morning on the radio show. Also, you know, we do not only 5 days a week radio broadcasts, 11 a.m. Eastern at radioleverage.com. We also have this Saturday opportunity for you to hear from the founders. Now, we also are doing currently, and we will be expanding, but for right now, there's more tools than you can ever use, and two of the biggest tools are the webinars. On Tuesday nights, we do a webinar, and that webinar is about training. That webinar is about you learning some skills, some of the stuff going on in your member back office. That webinar also demonstrates the level of, you know, sophistication and support. But the real webinar, if you want to build your business, I want you to begin focusing on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. That webinar is for conversions. Okay, that's where you would send someone who's considering Traffic Authority to go get more information about Traffic Authority. It's live. We're currently doing only live webinars, you know, in real time, and we're promoting it as live. And this last week, we had a webinar on Thursday night, and we're still, as you guys know, we're only about 3 weeks into this, right? We're so brand new. It's unbelievable, right? It's like the baby's not even home from the hospital yet. You know, that's how new our program is. And so we always have enhancements, and things are getting way cooler as we go. So the webinar this past Thursday was very, very well done. I mean, we had some killer content on there. You saw the passion of Greg Chambers on there. We had Vincent Ortega, who is a guy who makes just like crazy money, right, $4,000 or $5,000 a day. He was on there showing exactly what he does and giving people who are looking a reason to get started. This is simple, man. We're only talking about $47. You know, you make that decision to get started for $47 and then upgrade yourself for another $97. $144, you are all in, you are in position, you can make money, and then we have the traffic packages, of course. It's a simple decision, and we present it to your prospects in what I believe is a very easy to digest, very simple, man. This is like, hey, you know, the road to financial freedom begins with a simple discussion, a simple decision. Now, that webinar from last Thursday currently is running at trafficweblive.net, and you will receive an email from Traffic Authority reminding you that webinar is still running, and it will be running until Tuesday. And as a matter of fact, for those of you who are reading your emails, you received an email that said, hey, there's a webinar running right now. Why don't you use this link to invite your prospects? Now, in the future, very, very soon, when people watch the webinar, there's going to be a Buy Now button. We won't go into that. We'll save that for Friday mornings. This is primarily here today to hear from founders and what they're thinking about. So at the end of today's radio show, I'll give you guys another set of links and reminders on where you find all of this stuff, where the frequently asked questions are. But in the meantime, let me get out Greg Chambers. Now, those of you guys who were here with us, as I said, on the thing that we did Thursday night, you saw Greg. This guy is fierce. This guy has passion. And when I was watching you, Greg, talk about the tools, and you were like salivating. If you had these tools back in the day, you know, it would be like amazing. You would have made so much more money. It was really, really cool to see your passion. So, Greg, come on out here, man. Let's talk a little bit this morning about, let's talk about the things that really matter, right, for people to have a successful, viable business, and anything else that's coming up for you, man. Floor is yours.
Hey, Joe, really appreciate that. And, you're absolutely right. A lot of times, on the founders call, I'll come out and, you talk a little bit about, vision and talk about things that are coming and talk about some of the numbers we've had in the past. And today I'm really going to kind of skip that. And because I know we've got Doug who will do a wonderful job there. And I can't tell you how excited, too, I am to have, our brother in arms here, to have Chad with us as well. It's a real treat. So on top of all this, I'm going to keep myself shorter-winded, so everyone will be happy to hear that, I'm sure. But, what I'm going to do, my friend, is just, kind of go over a few things like you were just talking about. And we're going to be starting a new training call very soon. I don't know exactly when it's going to happen, but it's something the three of us used to do really well back in some previous systems that we had, where we had a new member call. Because understand, right now we literally have anywhere from 50 to 200 brand new people getting started every day. And, we want to make sure that these people, that are coming in, of course they've got our system. Of course, we're going to actually point them to the system and the tools and the different things. But we really want to, welcome these people on board, and we really want to help them to get a fast start. And, of course, I'm going to say, let's be honest. I mean, we've only been around. We've been launched less than a month or right around a month. We're all new. Everyone's welcome to come, to the new member training. And what we're really going to go over, we're really just going to kind of go over some basics. If you guys just think back, do you guys remember, because so many of the folks were here, during the pre-launch, where we went from 0 to over 70,000 pre-launch members, and, literally had about 3,500 of those people, get started and actually decided to make a purchase and buy traffic and, do different things. And there were some really cool things that were done in that process. And, if we're being honest, as we've been coming out of the pre-launch into the launch, we've experienced things you'd expect, a few technical issues. And, so we've been spending a lot of our time on radio leverage and elsewhere, kind of responding to those issues. What we're going to be doing here now is we're going to be refocusing, and we're going to be getting people thinking about, why they're here, how we're going to help them to, build their incomes and, moving forward. And again, Joe, you and I have talked many times until late in the night. Our goals are really, around helping people, and especially helping those people who maybe haven't actually had a home run, who have actually not made money through their online businesses, talking about those organic leaders, those people that we're actually going to work with individually to take them from where they are now to where they want to go. And, this new member training is going to really get into that, And, of course, we're going to support the existing things. We're going to recommend, that people immediately plug in, that they actually get, over to the Radio Leverage shows every single, week. That's just a mission critical part. That is where our community, lives and breathes. And everyone knows, Joe, you're the heart and soul of that piece, and we're so thankful for that. And everyone's going to be encouraged to plug into that because we're not just a pretty website. We are a community of people, and that's the place where we meet live, and we meet live there every day, 11 a.m., Monday through Friday. Next, of course, we're going to talk about, joining the Facebook group, and not just joining, but engaging in the Facebook group. And what you guys are going to find, we're going to have assignments coming. And basically those assignments are going to talk about, when you make a sale, as an example, we want to make sure whether it's a big or little sale, we want you guys to immediately go over to the Facebook group and post it. And you guys are going to start seeing this on your receipts very soon. You're going to see it in text messages when we start those on sales. So, again, we're going to encourage people to, whether you're the person making the sale or whether you're the sponsor receiving either 50 or 20%, we want to see people going over and, basically show that activity. And what's the point of that? The point is activity breeds more activity. That Facebook group is going to become live of what's happening. We're also going to start another thread there that's going to talk about the ads that are being posted in a given day. You know what else creates leads and sales? Traffic packages are nice, and we encourage people to purchase the traffic packages, but we're going to also, in the Facebook group, encourage people to be over there, letting us know and, showing the world that they are posting and where they're posting and basically the results they're getting from those postings. Because, again, things that work, we want to share that with other people. So that Facebook group is, a part of that. And then, of course, we're going to promote, the Tuesday advanced training calls where we have, Joe and we have, Vincent Ortega and other people going to be coming out and training, skills that are going to help us to move forward. So, that's going to kind of be the beginning of that part. And then in, the new member training, we're going to also talk about, kind of just the basic mindset. We're not going to get super advanced in that part, but we're going to talk about how important it is to set your goals. Why are you here in this business? What are you going to use to push you through? Because I'm here to tell you guys, I've been a business owner for over 20 years, self-employed, and the truth of business life, it's the same as personal life. There are ups and downs, there's peaks and valleys, and, basically getting that part it's not something that can be skipped over. Setting your goals, working towards your goals, knowing why you're working towards those goals, mission critical. So, and we have such a great section in our Traffic Authority website that we want people to actually fill out, their business plan, which includes a goal-setting piece. It's just so important. In the new member training, we're going to make sure that part happens. And then from there, you guys, we're really going to talk about, getting into the work of, Traffic Authority. And I talked a minute ago about, purchasing a traffic package. It's very, very important. Why is purchasing traffic important? Well, one, it's going to, help you moving towards your commission qualifications, in the fastest way possible, which is a great thing. It's going to help you generate your list. It's going to create leads for you, and you will make sales over time as you continue advertising, continue moving forward. So the traffic package is a critical piece, but the mission critical part I want to talk about today in this new member training section, it's a small part of what we are doing. Purchasing traffic is one component of your Traffic Authority business. The other components are what we call the hustle. I love this. I actually heard this from Adam and Ben, back when we first started, and, they were talking about in a previous system that they had, where they were just being honest, but a third of sales come through, cold market traffic. The other 2/3 come through the hustle. And, I'll be honest, in our beta launch, we didn't have enough hustle. And in Traffic Authority, thank God for our new team members and, new thought processes and new back office, we are going to become the masters of the hustle. And you guys are going to see so much more of this. And again, you guys did see it in pre-launch, because how was that built? 99% was built by people placing the Facebook ad, sending emails to people they knew, and, using their cell phone to text message to bring people over to share the Traffic Authority story. And those same things are going to be happening here in a massive way, along with much, much more, because the truth is those are just a part of the places that we can actually find people. We know people are on Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest. We know they're all over, so we're going to be sharing many, many different places in the hustle. But the reason this is important, too, because, to be honest, we hear from folks talking about budgets and ad budgets and these different things. The good news about these kind of advertising methods, they're going to be either free or very low cost. They will take time. But again, one of the things you've heard Doug Wellens talk about, and Joe and others, talking about creating marketable skills. That's what the new member training is going to do. It's going to help people get started, and of course, plugging into the other things like the advanced training on Tuesday nights and other things that are going to be happening. So Joe, back to you, but really excited about getting some of this new member training going and really helping people get their businesses to a very, very fast start.
All right, thank you very much, Greg. But listen, before you hang up, I want some clarity here, okay? I want you to clarify something for people. You mentioned the hustle. And I'm thinking about a Paul Newman movie. Remember the movie The Hustler in black and white with Jackie Gleason and Paul Newman? In The Hustler, I want people to know that what Greg is talking about when he says hustle is a positive thing. He's talking about asses and elbows. He's talking about breaking a sweat in your business, not hustling, not coming in here like a shyster, like a shuckster, playing a shell game. I'm going to hustle you. You're talking about busting some ass, are you not?
Yeah,
my friend?
Joe, basically I'm talking about the athletic type of hustle, where, there's some guys sitting on the bench, eating blueberry muffins, and there's the other guys who are on the field and in the gym and, on the practice field. They're hustling. To be honest, I hadn't even thought about that connotation. So thank you for making that clear. But really talking about providing the elbow grease. I'm talking about putting the nose to the grindstone, talking about putting your shoulder into it, to push through. That's the kind of hustle that I'm meaning. Certainly, you guys know we would never have anything to do with something unethical or anything like that. But, this is talking about worth ethic and how you personally are going to be learning skills to be placing your links everywhere on the internet and generating leads and making sales, by getting a result through your own efforts. That's the kind of hustle I'm talking about, my friend.
And let me talk, Greg, since I got you out here, before you hang up, one last thing, okay? I want people to understand really how simple it is what you're talking about, Greg, okay? We always differentiate here. Ladies and gentlemen, there is something completely different than simple and easy, okay? Easy. Is it easy to send text messages? Is it easy for you to just post on Facebook? Is it easy for you to take the discipline and to send emails? I don't know if that's easy for you. I know that it's simple, right? Those are simple things to do. Because, Greg, I know that one of the things that is so cool and so magnificent about our program is that pretty much it is done for you marketing, right? The swipe files, the automation, the e-commerce solution, the paychecks are coming out, the money's flowing, and then we have this, we do the trainings, we do the webinars. We've got, it's all the marketing links, the funnels are built. It's like the heavy lifting has been done. So, Greg, when you're talking about, hustling, it's really very simple things, very simple action steps. Would you agree? It's like, is this the closest thing to done for you marketing that you have ever seen? If people will just do these simple things just a bit more efficiently, right?
Joe, you're absolutely right. Because again, in this case we're talking about, the Facebook post will be written for you. The banner ads will be created through, our HTML designers. The swipe files on the emails will be written. The text message you send on your phone will be proven and will be written for you. So it's really a matter of plugging in. But there is no question, to get the result, they actually have to do it. And that's the hustle portion. But, like you just said, Joe, everything will be proven marketing. Everything will be proven copy. And the kind of exciting part about these calls, and something we've done in the past, is where we actually will be doing the ad placing together on the phone. This will be where we get together and we actually do the process. We won't be just talking about it. We'll be doing it together. So when someone comes to a call, they may know nothing about what we're talking about, but by the end, they'll be sending out that email creative to the list of people we've talked about building it to and be hitting the send button. So, and that's how you get results, you guys. It's not about what you know today. It's about the skills you'll learn over this process. And then, of course, it is about following through and doing it. Because, again, I can talk about blue in the face, Joe. Some people will, some people won't. But the ones who are willing to, man, we're going to get them a result, I guarantee you.
And last thing I want to say, thank you very much for opening up this discussion, Greg. I want all of you guys to consider, really the leverage that is in your business and in your marketing plan, okay? So let's say that you have 10 people in your database. Let's say you have 10 people in your database, and you're looking to become 3-star qualified. By teaching, mentoring, and just promoting these simple steps to your database, right? Traffic Authority is doing everything that we can. We're sending out, thousands and thousands of emails every single day on your behalf. We're putting together all of these sales funnels. We're doing this training every single morning. Well, let's say that you have 10 people in your group, and you can instill in those 10 people the things that you're learning here by just plugging them into our system. And so let's say that you're on the path to becoming 3-star qualified, and you have 10 people in your group, and you inspire those 10 people to do what you're doing, and have each of those 10 people, say, invite 10 people to the next webinar. Now you've got 100 people on the webinar, and if even 10% of them say yes, you've got 10 new sales in your organization. And the way the leverage is built in here, it is unbelievable what happens to your business when you just start following these daily action steps. So again, we're going to ask you guys to pay attention to the swipe files and to the daily marketing plans that are already coming. This morning I said, Holly, in LA, you hear her, she's a regular on the radio show. She said, hey man, thank you very much. I sent the swipe files. I invited a bunch of people. Well, guess what happens when all of those people who were invited, when a small percentage becomes a member of our organization and they begin sending the same swipe files, do you know what your business looks like? Do you see what Vincent Ortega sees? Could you see what Eric Bechtel sees? Now do you understand, hopefully it'll sink in on, just taking some action yourself, and watch what happens. This is where literally a molehill will turn into a mountain for you, right? You've heard that saying, turning a molehill into a mountain. Well, all you need is a couple people taking action, and before you know it, the compounding effect and the leverage built in here, all I can say is boom shakalaka. Thank you very much, Greg. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, listen. Hey, Chad, it sounds like you're riding in a private jet. I can hear. This is Chad. I got him off mute here. There he is. Chad, you back? Hello, Chad. How are you, dude? Come on out here, man. I'm doing great. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Chad, the famous Chad. He does exist, Greg, Doug, and Chad. Chad, come on out here, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What I heard that you are self-taught. Are you? You're like the Rain Man, bro. Rain Man in the Dustin Hoffman movie. You're so smart, right?
Well, no, I don't really boast about myself, but you can say whatever you want, I guess, as long as it's good.
I will tell you that, speaking of boasting, your boys over here, Doug and Greg, they love you, man. They boast about you every single chance they get. So how's it going? What's going on in the world of Chad, and what's going on behind the scenes with our community here with all the stuff you're working on?
Well, right now I'm actually hungry for a blueberry muffin. Greg had to put that in my head. But, yeah, man, we're busting butt back here, man. We got off to a little rocky start there, but I know it's kind of hard to understand for everybody, but it was actually really a good thing in the long run. Stabilized now, and we're just focused on getting some of these pages completed, which should have the stats and dashboard there done this week. Gosh, man, I really don't know. There's just so much.
Well, I know that you work constantly. Okay, what does your day look like? Actually, I know that you went to a football game today. I think you got your son. So, what does your day look like? Because we always talk to people in the morning radio shows. We say, Chad and the team, Chad and the guys in Tallahassee. What does your day look like, dude? Is it true that you're up most of the night sometimes, and that in these last 3 months you've been sometimes going on 24 hours with no sleep?
Oh, man, there was one period there from Sunday at like 12 till Tuesday night at actually Wednesday morning. I don't know. I was up for like 60-something hours. It was crazy, man. But, yeah, I don't know. This is kind of the first weekend I've had where I haven't gone into the office first thing in the morning. I'll be in there in a couple hours. But, yeah, my son had a first football game today, so went out there and watched him. Did great. Old Jason was with me, sitting right here next to me.
Listen, I quickly want to ask you something, okay? Your car sounds amazing, by the way, dude. I used to have a Maserati with the turbo driven. It sounds to me like you're in some kind of a race car, but just from your perspective, you said a moment ago that we had a couple of issues coming out of the gate last month, and you said that people may not understand it, but it was kind of a blessing. What do you mean by that, dude? From a coder, people, ladies and gentlemen, you got to understand that this is like on a bicycle tire, right? This is the hub, all the spokes, all the other stuff. Chad, you're the guy. So when you say, what do you mean, dude? When you say actually it was a blessing in disguise, is it because we learned some stuff, or what do you mean by that?
I don't know. Taking your bicycle analogy there, I guess it's more like if I'm having a problem with my tire, I'd rather it blow out and let me fix the tire instead of having to put air in it, for the rest of the bicycle's life. There were some things that came up that we caught early because it really gave us an opportunity to go in and actually just look at everything on a granular basis. So. Yeah, we're stable now, and a lot of that stability came from us, the issues that we had on the get-go. So, instead of us, having to find these problems as they pop up along the course of, the life of it, it all just kind of happened at once, and we got, the majority of everything fixed that we know of now. I'm going to knock on wood. All the major things are history in the past, So we're all feeling, there's a whole development team over here too. So, for what you say, I won't take credit personally because there are like 5 other guys, but we've got a handle on things now. So everybody knows their part. Everybody knows what areas that did mess up and got them fixed, and we all know to keep our eyes out on certain things. So. We keep this thing humming.
So, Chad, listen, what do you think, okay, in your mind, okay, when you approach a problem, okay, or you approach something going on back there with your side of the equation, when you fix something or you address something, are you looking at okay, we're going to get to 100,000 members? We got to make sure that we got servers and we've got all the technology and the redundancies that are built in so when we really put some pressure on the system, right, when we got 25, 30, 50,000 people, 100,000 people. Is that the kind of things that you guys think of? So when you take your time, you're fixing something, it's so that we don't have this issue, and when we really start putting some stress and some pressure, is that kind of the way you guys approach a problem?
Oh, of course, you always have to be forward thinking. I mean, I don't care if there's 10 members. It's you have to provide a service, and as it grows, I mean, we're always looking ahead. I mean, you have to, or you get caught up in the a place you don't want to be, and then having to go backwards. When growth is happening, you have to stay ahead of it. So yeah, and actually, since you brought that up, Joe, we're actually upgrading one of our servers this week. So we're gonna schedule some downtime real late, early in the morning, however you want to look at it. Mm-hmm. And we will let everybody know about that. But whatever we schedule that downtime for, we're planning on having everything done within about 15 or 20 minutes. But so don't get scared if we ask for 2 hours. You know what I mean? But that will be coming up this week. But again, that is kind of in essence what you were talking about, staying ahead of the game.
Yeah, and let me say, and thank you very much for that. And we'll make sure that we post it on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. You just heard it from Chad. Okay, the guy said we're going to be some downtime because of upgrading some hardware stuff. So Chad, you've been around, as I said, a long time, and I want to thank you. Okay, at the very beginning of internet marketing, I was in a company. This is where I met Doug Wellens there. And one of our top guns there, you know who he is, Don Glanville. He started talking about, he came to the table with this QuickLister idea that just revolutionized the way that we made money. Up until QuickLister came, I was an old school, let's run classified ads in the newspaper, do 5, 6, 10 presentation calls a day, convert people, 3-way calls, and then all of a sudden, you showed up, bro.
Back then it was just single pages, man. A team website or... there wasn't anything called a system. I know it's hard to believe, and I'm not making that up. I mean, everybody had kind of team websites, but they were open to anybody on the internet that happened to find them. And you're right. I mean, all it was do this, step 1, step 2. Here's some text boxes to copy classified ads out of, and that was it, man. I took a job. It's pretty cool that I actually got the job, but yeah, I turned. He had a vision of turning those static pages into an actual website where people could log in and make it dynamic and show teams and all that. And it just kind of grew from there, man. It's been a pretty interesting ride here, man.
Well, dude, you have had, whether you know it or not, your hand has been on my income, because in that deal, the company we're talking about, I made $1 million in a year there. And it was after you arrived. So seriously, okay? I was the chief operations officer of that company, right? And so what you were doing was impacting across the board. Everybody's income was impacted by your skill, your talent, and your ability to make something come real. Greg Chambers has told me about you. He said, Chad is the guy that is so creative. He's like the Pablo Picasso of marketing. He says, I will come up with an idea, and it's kind of just like this vague idea, and I'll call Chad. And Chad will get together, and he'll get going, and he'll bring it to life in real time. So you are influential, dude. And I want you to know this. I always tease Greg, right? We call Greg Father Time. I'm like, Greg, you were there at the beginning of the internet, and you were there when they invented the wheel. You were sitting there going, whoa, maybe we can make that thing go faster, right? And that's kind of like who you are. And I think of guys who are at the team. I think of Adam and his crew, but you have been there since the beginning, a true pioneer in this world of internet marketing and systems. And so on behalf of all of us around the world who rely on these systems, dude, you were there at the very beginning. And what a great job that you have done. And you're such a humble guy, always staying in the background. It's like getting you on. This is the first time we've had you on a call, and I've been here since February, man. You're such a humble guy.
That's the first Saturday I've had where I'm not sitting in front of the keyboard.
Well, listen, man.
I am glad and happy to be here.
Well, Chad, dude, being on your team, okay, I'm relatively new to this team, although our paths have been crossing for frickin' since the beginning of time with internet marketing. But dude, I am so honored to be on your team because I know that you are you know what Greg Chambers always says, no one's gonna outwork me. No, he's this guy. This morning at 7:00, he's beating his chest, work. And Greg, I would say that maybe Chad can outwork you because Chad is up 24/7, dude. At least if
I don't know, man. I don't know. I might come a close second. Greg is the hustler, and the good hustler, not the bad hustler.
He is. Well, Chad, listen, man, I just want to thank you again on behalf of all of us here, every single person. I know that we're over 60,000 members. I don't know, Greg, you probably have a better number. People who have come in through our pre-launch, and we've got, 18,000 people plus, almost 19,000 on Facebook, and so many subscribers. That number's off the chart. On behalf of every single one of us, Chad, you freaking rock, dude, and thank you for the work that you do. You have no idea how many people are impacted by your touch on the keyboard, man. You're amazing.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm thankful for the members that get out there and hustle and work too, because that allows me to come up with creative ways to help them out. And I do like coming up with new things. I like hearing from the members. Just new things that they think would help, and just coming out and turning that into a reality. I mean, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be having fun either. So I mean, it's a symbiotic relationship, man. But yeah, man, we're having fun, man. Got a bunch of people making money here, and I'll tell you, you say that I've been around for a while, which is true. But I really, when I run those commissions, it's really cool to see how many people are actually making money, how many people are actually making sales, man. I mean, it's across the board, and then the way the compensation plan works, I mean, there are a lot of people getting paid here, like a lot of people, more than anything else I've ever been a part of, and that really makes it fun, man. That makes it a lot of fun, and very rewarding too, man. But yeah, I'd just like to thank everybody, man, everybody.
Well, you know what? We're a big happy family here, dude, and we dance together. And every single morning we do a radio show, as you know, because some of your boys, I'm in touch now with Carl and Jason, and these guys are listening in real time and getting some problems fixed. But I want to extend an invitation, dude. Every single morning at 11 a.m. Eastern, if you get a chance, pop in and bring us up to speed, or berate us for sending too many support tickets and whatever, But dude, please just show up, okay? If you ever feel so inclined, you got something, you want some feedback, maybe just you know where to find us, dude. You know where to find us.
Amazing work. Can I get on there to yell at Greg?
Yes, please. Absolutely. Yes, Doug and I are forced from yelling at Greg.
I just want to bring up one more thing. We're going to be bringing on some new support people this week too. So this week should be a pretty big week for everybody. So we're getting things fine tuned now. It's time to fine tune this thing. So just look out for a lot of good updates this week.
And Chad, quickly, and we'll close with this. And I know that Greg wants to maybe chime in here for a second, but the real world, right, ladies and gentlemen, we are only 3 weeks in. We've only had 3 paydays. It was only August 5th that we actually brought this machine out wheeled it out of the garage for the world to see. It's been working, and it's been being built for months, and this August 5th, dude, look at the traction, look at the volume, look at the money that's flowing in a program that's only 3 weeks live. Is that, I mean, we based on your experience since you began coding back who knows when in the last century, I mean, isn't this is some momentum, don't you think? Aren't we? We're doing pretty good. I know we always say, we stumbled, and the dashboard isn't live yet.
Yeah, we're doing great, man. We're doing great. I mean, from that standpoint, everything. Like I said, I mean, everything I've ever been in, I'm not fluffing that up either, Joe. I mean, everything that I've ever been a part of, just the amount of people that are making money here, man. And it doesn't have to be like, somebody could say, oh, well, there's more people here, there's more people making money, but that's just not the case, man. I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy with this compensation plan of just how many people are actually getting a check or an e-wallet deposit. But as far as the traction goes and stuff, yeah, man, we're growing. We're not slowing down. I mean, when people make money, when we can allow, or not allow, but, when we can help other people make money, we make money, And so it's just, it's in our best interest to keep things flowing. And I mean, it is, man. I mean, this thing has traction. I don't see it slowing down as far as the numbers are going right now on the back end. So it's great, man. I mean, it's the biggest thing I've ever been a part of, man. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
I got this thing in my brain just now. There's a TV show that I never really watched it all the way through, but every once in a while I see it. It's called Ice Road Truckers. It's these people driving these gigantic trucks, right? They got freaking logs on there and oil and steel, and it's snowing, and it's Alaska, and there's ice on the road, and they will not be stopped. It's like we're getting through, and that's what I feel. That's what I'm getting from you right now, dude. It's like, you know what? We are moving forward. Momentum is happening. No matter how many bumps in the road, no matter how icy it is, you can count on us, Chad, working 60 hours, just like nonstop for days, to make sure that every single one of us have a stable platform and a program and a product or whatever. It's awesome.
Yeah, we're always going to run on fourth down, and we will get that first down. We ain't kicking that ball.
Dude, I love that. We will always run on fourth down where there's no punting. I'm making a note. I'm stealing this one from you, bro. And I'm not stealing it because every single time I talk about no punting, we're go on fourth down. I'm going to say this is what Chad said one day on one of the radio shows on one of the Founders calls. Because I'm a football guy, dude. I can't wait for the games. All right, Chad, listen, I'll let you get back to it. Thank you. Hey, Greg, you want to come out here and say anything to your boy? I know sometimes you're like, I can't get a hold of Chad. Well, here he is. You got Chad right now, Doug. Here's Chad.
Hey, you guys. All I'm going to say, Chad, is thank you for coming out, man. It's great to hear you. And it is true. We do talk about you often on these calls, and it is really fun to work with someone that can bring, concepts to life through coding. You drive me nuts half the time, but I love you like a brother the other half. So you're the man.
Right back at you, man.
Go,
you should have seen little Braden out there playing football today, man. It was really cool, man. Oh man,
I love it. I love it. Hey, Doug, you're going to be next up here this morning, Doug. So why don't you come out here and why don't you take the ball from Chad and you get it into the end zone with the things you want to share with us. And ladies and gentlemen, I just extended our 60-minute call, so we're probably going to be here beyond 60 minutes. So, Chad, again, thank you for accepting me on your team, bro. And I got this, okay? Let's go for it on fourth down. I will be the lead blocker. You can count on me, okay?
Every time, man. I gotta hop off here, man. I got another meeting to go to here before I go into the office. But
all right,
Chad, real quick, buddy. Thank you for being here today, dude. I'm telling you, man. Thank you so much. Greg and I were over here Skyping in the background, going, darn, Chad sounds so great. He's got to be out here with us at least once a month. So I'll challenge you, buddy. Challenge you once a month, man. Join us, please. It's important.
I enjoy it, man. It's just it's just getting away from that keyboard, man.
That's okay.
Sometimes you just can't step away,
It's going to get easier. It may not get simpler, but it's going to get easier, right?
Oh, it is. It's already easier, man. I'm here. That's a sign right there, man.
It so much.
Thank you very much,
all right.
Chad, ladies and gentlemen, Chad is working. You're welcome, Chad. Chad is working right now, man. Right now for you guys, Chad is working right now. Doug Wellens, I know you got some stuff that you've been thinking about. I know you're chomping at the bit after hearing this guy Chad coming out and sharing some of his stuff. What are you thinking about here today, Doug Wellens? What do you have in store as the co-founder? This is cool, man. I just posted on Facebook. I was like, you got to get over here, man. This is amazing. Chad is actually speaking. It was really cool. And a whole bunch of people have showed up. I'm looking right now. We've had a ton of people have just shown up in the last 3-4 minutes. So, Doug Wellens, what's up, man? How you doing today?
Yeah, man. Hey, I am doing fantastic. And you know what? It's great to hear from our brothers in arms here. Guys, Chad has been in the cave of wonders creating for such a long time. And, Joe's right, man. I mean, we all met together back in, it was really about 2004. Chad had popped in around 2003. In October, I think, is when really the systems kind of came up in that opportunity. But all of a sudden, man, the world opened up to you, Joe, okay, as it did for me, because I was an old school guy just like you prior to that. It was really more about hotel meetings and voicemail, things and ads in newspapers and the old school stuff. But then all of a sudden, this internet thing just unfolded right before our eyes. And for me, it was a banner that brought me into this industry, right? A banner. And I clicked on that banner. And it just so happened to be, at that time, it was Chad's business partner at that time was in this photo, with his son and wife and standing in front of these 3 beautiful shiny cars, big, huge mansion in the background. And all I could think about was, oh, my gosh, if this young kid could have all that, I want the same thing too. So I went for it. And that's how I got into this industry, and that's how I got exposed to the internet marketing, direct sales, leveraging systems and technology, and just having you, Joe, do those amazing conference calls at the time we were doing that, man. That was unbelievable. But then all of a sudden things evolved and things got bigger, and we decided to reach out and expand out and change some of the dynamics, change the four walls we were all playing in, the sandbox. And the sandbox changed, and it went from personal development systems to travel packages, right? And we took all that information and technology over to the travel deal, right? And we wanted to make it bigger and better, do something a little bit different, create some more opportunity so that more people could have success. And Chad went to work once again for like 6 months. We never saw Chad, right? Never heard from Chad, saw Chad. He just said, leave me alone. I'm shutting the door. I got to go do code. That's all it was. And so we left him alone. And he came out one day and said, look what I got. And it was about that time where, Greg and I, we were staring at each other one day going, man, are we going to have to continue to do what we're doing? Or, we need this next step in the evolution of systems and funnels, and boom, shakalaka, right? We lit the candle on that thing in July at that time of the year, and we went straight shot to Mars. We bypassed the moon. We went straight to Mars in 5 months, right? And Greg will tell you, it was a rocket ship ride, right? And guess what, guys? We're really all ahead of the curve right now on this same type of trajectory. That's a tough word for me to say, Joe, in the morning here.
Me too. I've been struggling with that word lately myself. Thank you for bringing that up. So it's not just me. I was wondering, man, why can't I say this word?
Yeah,
it's
one of those
trajectory.
Really crazy.
Yeah.
That's very much, Joe.
Trajectory.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Well, you just talked about Chad and Picasso, right? You kind of did the comparison, and I went, whoa, wait a second, man. I don't know if it's just Picasso up there, right, in that creative mind of his, man. I'd have to add Leonardo da Vinci and Andy Warhol and Keith Richards, okay? I mean, he's that kind of creative beast and genius that's gotten us all to where and we don't always talk about this, right? But this is a big number, right? And we all sat back at one point, and we were on a cruise, and we thought, man, how much have we really impacted this industry and the world with all the technology and systems and funnels and creative brain power behind us? We've pushed out some serious digits out there. I mean, we're we're well into the 9-figure club at this point, But we're having fun, and we're just getting started. And like Chad said, we open up these computer file or these commission files every week, and we're going, man, there's a whole lot of new people we've never even heard of making money over here. And that is a cool thing. It's not just the same usual suspects. It's brand new people from all over the world that are getting tapped because they're hustling, like Greg said. They're making things happen. They're getting up in the morning, and they're excited. They got a new step, like a new tap in their step, I guess is what you could say, right? And you know what? We do too. And it gets us really excited. And so, one of the things we wanted to do today was really challenge each and every one of you, okay? And how we can do that is just to let you know October is coming up, right? And in October, Joe, you know October and what happens every year in October because you've been around baseball for decades, forever, right? I mean, it's going back to your dad and all that, right? So October is when things really start to ramp up for so many people throughout the entire year. It's almost like we're working towards October, right? And so if we reflected back on our business, Greg, Doug, and Chad, and what we've done here, and we thought about it, and we said, man, traditionally, October is the month that has consistently produced just massive piles of revenue and commissions and energy and excitement for so many people. And so we wanted to close out September just as strong as going into October, knowing what October will be like. And so what we want to do is we want to create a little contest for everybody. Joe pushed it out in my brain yesterday and said, come to the table today with a contest, please. And I said, okay, no problem. I got it. It's already in my head. But guess what? While we were on the start of this call, I scratched out a little bit more on this contest and just decided to expand it just a little bit more for everybody. And here's why. I'm not going to be here next Saturday. I am going to be away on a retreat. It's an annual thing I do. But I'm going to be in Tallahassee on Tuesday night, the 6th. And I'm going to be with Chad. And Chad doesn't know this yet, but we're going to be on the webinar announcing the winner of this contest, or winners, depending on what you guys really do and show up and kick some freaking butt, okay? So here it is. You know, this morning I had the pleasure of getting Ray Sutton's iPad video. She sent it to me. She's like, Doug, I'm on the way to a wedding, but I had to cut this video real quickly, and please just jump on the internet as fast as you can and watch this video and make sure I did it all correctly and all this, because guess what? My technology guru guy is leaving, and if you don't have it right now, then we're not going to be able to get it. So I watched it. It was awesome, and you guys are going to all be able to see it here very soon. We're creating a bunch of brand-new testimonial video, funnel things, and Adam's got some genius created in the background here, but just keep them coming. Keep those videos coming, please. But anyway, we love giving away the iPads so much. We're going to give away another iPad, at least one, possibly 2 or 3 more here, okay? But here's how it's going to work. And everybody, by the way, everybody on this call, everybody in the entire company is going to have an opportunity to participate, because it's so simple. It really is. All you've got to do is just enroll one new person into your business, and you're automatically qualified with your name in the hat for the drawing that we're going to have the evening of the 6th of October. I'll be in Tally with Chad. We'll do it live on the webinar. Joe, I hope you're okay with that. We'll figure out how the whole technology thing's going to work and make sure it looks like it's really real and we're pulling the name out of the hat and however we do it. But this is it. So, guys, just get one new person added to your business, and you're automatically qualified. And if you happen to get that person to go in all the way at Traffic Academy, right? They're not only Traffic Optimizer qualified, but they're Traffic Academy qualified, right? We're going to put you in there not 1 time, not 2 times, but 3 times, okay? And so here's the other kicker, guys. You heard Greg a little earlier. We're adding like 50 to 200 new people into the business every single day right now. I mean, it's the momentum here is picking up, and we're seeing that because there's people just all over the internet just talking about traffic authority, and that's what's so cool here, right? So I'm in my mind thinking I want to give away at least 3 iPads, right? But we definitely have one. It's already sitting on my office sofa here right now. You got the deal here, and Joe, you and I will work together. We'll create a nice little something. We'll throw it on the internet. We'll throw an email out, the Facebook page and all that, so everybody knows. Because there's going to be thousands of people listening to this call anyway. They always do every week, right? So, guys, what we'll do is I'm thinking collectively, Joe, everybody collectively, we can get 1,000 new people added to this business here between now and then. No problem, okay? So there's your number, guys. Collectively, we hit 1,000, we're giving away 3 iPads. Just the same way. You get 1 person added into your business, you're in the hat for 1. You get 2, you're in for 2. You get 10, you're in for 10. It's just like that. And if they go all in, you're in 3 times for each one of those times you get somebody into your business here, okay? And everybody has an opportunity. Remember, help your teammates. This is a helping your teammate business and compensation plan like you've never seen before. We've been in businesses before where you get somebody new into your business and you sell them the product and you help them for 5 minutes and then you go on to the next sale, right? No, this is a people helping people business. It was just like, it was founded on that premise. This industry itself, okay, was founded on that premise, and we're literally carrying, I said that word literally, Joe, now twice. You said it once, I said it once too, man. We're carrying that legacy forward here. And that's why we have the compensation plan that we have in place here. So everybody can reach out and help somebody, okay? And like I said yesterday, or a little earlier on this call here, yesterday Diamond Dave came to my house, and that was really cool. That really put real in front of me, right? First person that I've now met in this business here that I didn't know, drove past my house on I-75. I'm 2 minutes off. So, hey, pay me a visit anytime, guys. I'm wide open. Love to do those things. And Joe, Diamond Dave, he left with the slight edge, which was absolutely awesome for him. He was excited about that. He didn't know the book and can't wait to dive into it. I said, listen, Dave, make sure your son and your wife read it also. So, yep. Joe, let's put this together here, me and you this afternoon. We'll get a blast out to everybody. We'll get everybody in on this. Hustling. And we'll go out and make some sales and have some fun and give some iPads away. Yep.
All right, Doug, I got one more quick question for you, okay? You don't have to elaborate on this because we will be sending an email to everybody in the entire known universe of Traffic Authority, to current members. You and I had a conversation about this at length yesterday, and this is it. We are hiring. There are a couple positions that are coming available that we're going to be communicating this week only with our people. Do you want to comment on that, or should we just wait for people to receive the email talking about, expanding our staff and the opportunity that may exist for people who have, they're inclined to do some stuff remotely?
Yeah. So listen, guys, look, there are some people here that are really seriously qualified. I'm talking about all chips in, know everything about the entire system, and understand what service and how to serve others is all about, right? And so there's probably a few, I don't know how many people, guys like Dave, right, we're going to be putting out an email, like Joe just said, an offer to our members only. You've got to be a member here, okay, for this. And we've got a couple of internal positions that we're looking to fill. And you know what? We're going to reach down to you guys, and maybe you've got some free time, Maybe you want an hourly thing, So, that's what it's going to be, okay? It's going to be an hourly thing, but it's going to be based on, some qualifications and who you are, and we're going to interview you, right, and hire you in the process. You'll be an independent contractor. You can work, remotely wherever you live, right? But we want to give you all first opportunity because we see that there's some incredibly talented people here in the field, and we're blessed to have each and every one of you on board here. And if we don't say it enough, thank you, okay? Thank you for showing up, and you know who you are, okay? On the Facebook page, on our webinars, on the calls, just being out here, okay? It's absolutely awesome of you, and we're blessed to be able to empower each and every one of you to go that next step in your life, okay? Take that challenge for yourself, because believe it or not, there's a gentle giant in each one of us just waiting to be awakened, okay? And when it does, I promise you, it's unstoppable. And you really are unstoppable. You may not realize what you're really, truly capable of, okay? But when you step outside those boundaries, there's no holding you back. I promise you. There's no holding you back. You will not believe what you can achieve until you let it happen for yourself. I promise you that. So, Joe, we got a lot of work to do here today, man.
Yes, we do. Thank you very much, Doug Wellens, and thank everybody who took the time to join us today, this morning. Got a couple things here, guys. Writing down. You're ready for this? Here's what I got for you. Okay. TrafficWebLive.net. That's where you're going to find the webinar that we just did this past Thursday. That's where we will be on Tuesdays and on Thursdays, and I can't wait until the 6th of October when I think I'm going to be seeing Chad on a webinar for the very first time. But you can go to TrafficWebLive.net right now, TrafficWebLive.net. Today, you're listening to RadioLeverage.com. That's our internet radio home. This broadcast will be available for replay within about the next 10 minutes. And we will be back on Monday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern at RadioLeverage.com. Now, the daily marketing orders, can be found at blog.trafficauthority.net. That's our internet blog. It's very, very cool. If you're wondering about the Facebook page, people are joining us every single day. You can find us at Facebook at easy.com/TAFB group. And last but not least, I feel like we have been neglecting our 800 number. We've got a Traffic Authority storyline for you to call in and leave your story. Okay, you receive a commission, you receive an inspiration, you're out there having fun, like our buddy Big Diamond Dave is in Florida right now. You pick up the telephone. You can pick up the telephone whenever you're inspired and dial 800-430-9693 and leave us a quick, short testimonial. We play those things from time to time on our radio shows. Okay, I'm going to leave you guys right now with what did Chad say? He said, no punting. We don't punt on fourth down. We always go for it here in Traffic Authority. So focus on what matters, okay? Okay, so what? Maybe the dashboard isn't done yet. So what? There's a video or two that doesn't play. Is that really what matters? Just keep moving forward. Invite people. Learn how to invite people and watch what happens to your results. What a blast it has been here this morning, man. I actually am looking forward to Monday. Could you believe it? I'm looking forward to Monday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time when we come together and we hang around. Make it a great, fun, and certainly safe weekend, you guys. Till Monday.